right. Infinite Tarot 888. This message is for Sagittarius. Now I see the rabbit and I see a panda bear. Okay, look, 75. You could be born on the 75th, and then 69, dude. You could be dealing with the Cancer. But let's keep shuffling. Panda bear with the rabbit. All right, so Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anywhere on your chart. I heard even North Node. It could be your mission. I don't know. For some of you guys, you ain't foreseen nothing. I heard foreseen nada, nada. You know, we saw the rabbit and Ching, and then the panda bear. It's almost like, you know what? So you could be reaching this level. The panda with the bull. Look, you be made in a Virgo, a buffalo. You could be at this level, this energy where, you know what, you're not dealing with nobody. You're not getting out of character. You're not doing nothing. You're giving it to God, and it's almost like, you know what, I'm gonna just chill. God said to be still. I'm gonna be still. That doesn't mean to be stagnant, okay? The panda's like, what? This was like, no, they're gonna eat me, buffalo, bison, whatever. But look, you're being a beast. It's already that you're half human and half animal, like a horse. But life path number 9, and then over here 69. Something about 69. Andale, andale. Yes, you can. I don't know, but for a lot of you guys, yeah, you. I'm just hearing you giving it to God, and maybe you were dealing with somebody that lacked integrity. You know, it's almost like, and if this is a person that is coming back to you and it's like, fuck that, they're a weasel, man or woman, I heard. Look, this, I don't know, golondris but it was upside down. You know, this person was upside down. But let's just pull in the owls right there. That's my favorite animal. So for some of you guys, yeah, it's like, nah, they were a snake. What is that? I can't read. My eyes are tripping. 85. Somebody born in the 85th. You know, they could be a snake. This is a 58. Born in 58. But anyways, so yeah, it's like, nah, you taking your power back, and you could have been dealing with somebody with the weasel and everything there. This could be somebody that was competing with you, like secretly, and you had like a hedge. You're like, oh, it can't be. No, that's my BFF, you know, from high school, from kindergarten. But yeah, they were secretly. This could be a person that, if this is a friend, you know, since childhood, it's almost like you guys could hang out at their house, and they were jealous. They would take your shit. And sometimes you knew, but you weren't sure. You could have been blaming it on somebody else, but it was that person. All right, this came out. El Tigre. What is it? 91. That's a 10. Something could have happened in 91, or this is where you became the tiger. Now let's see. What is 91? This book is all tore up. But let's see if I can find it. So yeah, I was gonna call you Leo because of the, no, that's a tiger. So for some of you guys, yeah, the lack of integrity. This person, like I said, they could have been secretly jealous of you, and you finding out if you were married to this person, they could have hurt you, you know, on purpose. This is a person that would sleep with your tia, your tío, your crazy looking uncle or cousin, you know, stanky ass friend, just to piss you off. If you're a man, if you're a lady too, you know, this person could have did Fuji stuff. It says, pursue your dreams with confidence. Why didn't I think of that? Yes, look, coming out the dark like the jungle, you have your eye on the prize. Now, if this is somebody that's secretly in competition, you're moving way different. Or it could be the other way around, Sagittarius, okay? Not all of you guys are 100% on the fast lane. I'm here. Some of you guys are still, you know, hanging out in Carmerville. So a lot of you guys, you know, you're choosing not to react. But this animal, this tiger, it hunts, it prays. Yeah, you know what? It'll take a L. It'll pick back up. Study, wait. This is somebody that, if this is not you, Sagittarius, someone rising anywhere you chart, this is somebody that's aligned with the universe. It knows when to, you know, jump out to be noticed. It knows when to hide. This person is not out here, you know, dancing around. Hey, see me, the Tony the Tiger. God, no, this one is quiet. This could be you too, but if it's not you, this is somebody. And in career, like let's say in career, you're going, you don't know where you're going exactly. You're being divinely guided. So for some of you guys that need confirmation, you're in the right direction. If you don't know all the answers, you don't know all the answers, but you're still a little nervous. They want you to be in your courage, confidence. God, I trust you wherever you're sending me, whether it's scary or it's fun, whatever it may be. Some of you guys, if you get out of the vibration of, oh, yeah, yeah, and go into the fun and look at things from a higher perspective. Okay, yes, I had to leave behind like the Eight of Cups. You could, I choose to go on with you guys. And then you're like, man, but it's the jungle. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. You could have been used to, a different kind of lifestyle. And it's almost like, and you know what I picked up for some of you guys? You could be in this energy like, God, ever since I followed you, everything's been taken away and I don't see replacement. It's okay. Some of you guys could have went bankrupt once and then here you are and then you're like, fuck, again. And you could be discouraged. And I heard, pay attention. Because there's other people that have a different point of view. They're like, oh man, I made all these mistakes. Let me learn from them. And they get back up and you're being told, take your situation like this. Like if you're the one with no integrity, switch it around, change it. So what? So your luck will change. Like you know how many people really have the ability to have courage to admit, to take accountability and say, you know what, I really fucked up. Can you forgive me? Not a lot of people have that. That's why, they keep following the same cycle or falling into the same cycle, and God will lift you up and he'll bring you down. Trust me. And some of you guys know, you're like, oh, yeah. So you could be here like looking, what's their next step? But guess what? You're not going to see it. You're getting hit right now where stay in your lane, fucker. Yeah, stay in your lane and just know that if you're in this energy, you're on the right path. Pay attention slowly, patiently. Man or woman, it's almost like you have people triggered. You're moving way different. If these people or person that you were dealing from the past, they thought they got one up on you and you didn't react a certain way, they're like, wait a minute. You mean he didn't go to jail or she didn't go to jail? Oh, she didn't die from all the witchcraft? No, bitch. If you're listening like a cross watcher or you were one of them, no, bitch, they didn't die. For some of them, not even their kids died. They're fucking even stronger. So yeah, I'm hearing something like that. Was I going to read this for you? Did I read it already? Hold on. It got crazy. Yes, something like that. For some of you guys, your kids are stronger. They're like, yeah, I see. But it's not fun. Until you see your kids go through something like that, like where they're possessed, you don't know the feeling. It ain't funny until it happens. And trust me, God will teach people a lesson. It's not pretty. It's hard. But some of you guys, you have to be stronger. You gotta allow your mentality, your strength to not allow it to get to you. They're not yours. They're God's. You're there to protect them, but some of you guys don't. I had to learn, and I tell my kids, mijos, I might not see you tomorrow. It's not because I don't want to, but something could happen to you. And I teach them, hey, we never know. Call me, hug me, or something that says, and I can't read it because it's kind of whited out. Look, but let's see if I can read. It says, in the presence of the majestic tiger, we discover reservoirs of strength, courage, and intuition. Its spirit serves as a profound guide, encouraging us to harness our creativity, the resurroundings. Yeah, resurroundings roar of the tiger mirrors our initiative power. Like you have the ability, the courage, and this could be you, or this could be the person you're dealing with, or the person you could have betrayed, or they betrayed you. But you're coming back stronger. It's like you're not gonna be sitting around crying on Friday night. You're like, fuck that. And if you are, they might not see somebody, you might not see them out, but for a lot of you guys, look with the elephant, 33. No, 23. That's a 5. Yeah, look, and then the crab. Didn't I say some of you guys be dealing with cancer in this cancer season? Your luck. It's like cancer season. You're gonna start peeking out, Sagittarius, for some reason or another, is what I'm hearing. Now let's see what's going on. And something about the bankruptcy, like have an optimistic view. Like, all right, when you trust God, it's only a lesson. Look, Donald Trump, he was bankrupt like 4 times, 6. We're not Donald Trump, I know that, pero como sea. For some of you guys, look, health issues and with the mother-daughter curse, passed on abuse. Go check out Aries. I was talking about this. Some of you guys could be dealing with a mother that could have betrayed you and they passed it on to you and they don't want to see you, healthy. They want you to go through the same pain. For my fellas, the same thing. You have a father's like, no, tienes que chingarle. And you're like, what? You got to fucking work hard. And some of you guys, you're really good at a skill. I'm laughing because some of you guys could, let's say you work at the same job, your ass fucking got promoted quicker. Your dad could be pissed. He's like got 20 some 40 years. Something about you working differently. Yes, and they could be pissed. And this is giving me this energy like if you work for your pops or something, it's like you can organize, go here, there. And I'm not saying that he's not good or she's not good, because some of my ladies, you guys have, businesses too, and your daughter doesn't like it there. They don't want nothing to do with that. And for some of you guys, you have a daughter, they're very blunt. For some of you fuckers, you have a sibling and they don't stand up for themselves, but you do. You're like, I don't like this shit. And they're pissed because you're moving on, doing something different. Look, scared woman, they're like, fuck, don't leave. But it's hurt. It's almost like the Cinderella story. Like, fuck, you're like, I don't want to do this. And if you do it your way, they don't like it. They want you to be out in the sun busting your ass. And for a lot of you guys, you've been down that road, but you climbed, you're not going to be stuck in the ditches forever. You want to succeed. You want to move forward, I don't know, man. I even had uncles like that. When I used to work in the field like that, they didn't want to speak English. So then I was younger. I was like, let me look at the plan. And the builders would be like, hey, and they would be pissed. Some of you guys could be experiencing that. If it's a sibling, like, fuck, they're pissed because, they're busting their ass. You're taking it easy. Look, you graduated. Some of you guys got your diploma, and some of you guys, it's just street knowledge. You learn from experience. Not all of us. Look, let me tell you something, because some people get pissed. You got to read books and you got to do this. I read, don't get me wrong. But not all of us. Not all of us. God didn't give us blessing, to learn from a book, because people that write books about experiences, dude, that's a plus. If you don't have to experience it and you learn from the book, like, it's going to save you so much time. But not all of us are lucky. And if you know and you resonate, put it in the comments, because some people will be pissed. We've been down that road. We learned it. We wore the t-shirt or got the t-shirt, however they say it. And, if you like to fucking read books and that's how you avoid, those hardships, because a lot of us were meant to break and write the fucking book, bitch. So, good to you. Some of you guys, you tell people, all right, but you experienced, you graduated, and that's a reason. You graduated from all this extreme bullshit, weather, chaos, family, all kinds of crazy shit. And they be jealous of you because, look, you could be walking and your mom's like, oh, yeah, mija, I love you and this and that. Yeah, after you fucking making change, before, hell no, they were on your ass. And for some of you guys, this is the end. Some of you guys get this betrayal. What did I say? Look at this sibling. This since you were little, those are my calzones. No, they're mine. Your mom comes in, they're fucking mine. It's a thong. They're not yours. Some of you guys, it's too, here's the thing, guys. Because for a lot of you guys, you go from being young and this and that, and some of you guys part your ways. And you don't even know how jealous they are. I was going to say how jealousy works, because some of you guys, you don't have that spirit. But some of you guys have a sibling, and when they see what you get, they're pissed. Maybe you post something. Oh, man, I got a new Bentley. What? No fucking way. Yeah, fucking Bentley. And you're over here happy and shit because you're in your own world. I don't know what you do, man. Some of you guys, do good. Chingo de tacos, kilos de todo, and you break and change. And for some of you guys, even with the sibling, you could have bought them a house, you could have bought them cars, and they're still fucking jealous, and they won't even sit there and give you credit. No, that's what I'm picking up. They won't, but other people know, and they're pissed because you might have cut them off and said, no, I'm breaking away from you fuckers, because, if the feds came in, they were right away pointing the finger, bitches. So you breaking away like this, and look, they're stressed. You might be living large, and don't ever forget, the haters, they're going to be looking at you close. I mean, clothes. Some of them are gonna disguise themselves as different. But look, it says right here in the shadows, they're stalking your ass. Pissed off. What did they get now? Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, for some of you guys, yeah, look, they might see you on TV and fuck, is that infinite? No mames, look. He doesn't look the same. She's a cutie on this side, yeah. But they're like, damn. Yes. Why? Because you took a risk, even though you look like a clown when you were doing something. It doesn't matter. For some of you guys, they could have filmed you and put you out there like you were the clown, and it could have caused depression. Like, fuck, that was when I was little with no underwear. For some of you guys, they could have caught you with somebody else, and you know, you could be depressed. Everybody knows the size of your pecker, your size of you know what. And you're like, fuck, I don't care. Shit, God made me with the one he made me. What am I going to do? I can't do extensions. But some of you guys could have somebody that walked away and there was too much trauma. You could be in this energy, or, you know, maybe they were fighting over somebody, or they could have put you into this energy. You were the bad boy, and who cares? That was in the past. Some of you guys, man or woman, you're getting your energy back. And you know what? That was me in the past. Who cares? You're moving forward. Look, man or woman, didn't I say both of you guys smart as hell? And look, somebody's still mad because they could have been talking so much shit. Oh, yeah. You know what, Sagittarius? They say they're a spiritual gangster and all that. But look, on this film, and they could be shocked. They'll be like, fuck, I didn't know. If man or woman, they're like, I didn't know she could bend over like this, or he could fucking last that long. Because they were used to like 2 minutes or not even 30 seconds. And they're pissed because whatever they're trying to come against you, whatever they're portraying, oh yeah, they're a fucking cheater and all this, and like a serial dater, and this fucker's turning all kinds of colors, you know, like they were painting you in the negative role, you know. But at the end of the day, either way, bad or good, God is gonna tell them. Like if they really say God is really, you know, Sagittarius that bad, and they'll, for some of you guys, God is gonna be like, don't go over there. She's bad, she's good, no bueno, nothing. And for some of you guys, they're gonna be like, oh hell no, that's the green light, that's the person you have chemistry with. Yes, and they're gonna be pissed, frustrated, pissed. I don't know who needed to hear that, but if look, for some of you guys, these two cards were left out. Okay, I'm gonna read them to you. There's somebody that's missing you. And if you look very clarity, very closely, they're longing for you. And there's a big, they created a big gap. So how do they come towards you? This could mean they created a lot of false stories, a lot of lies about you. You don't even know. You were probably working, doing something else. You know, maybe moved. For some of you guys, you could have went to jail. You know, it wasn't you, but it was you, but it wasn't you. I don't know who needed to hear that, but you know, for some of you guys, yeah, you ended up and they're dreaming and missing about you. But guess what? They could keep on dreaming, because for a lot of you guys, look, the universe already put a spray that says "Be gone," BITH, bitch, be gone, repellent. They can miss you all they want. They did it to themselves. I don't know who needed to hear that, but you walked away and they caused drama. Like somebody didn't want you to walk away. Somebody didn't want you to find out that they were plotting on you behind your back. And you're like, fuck, are they really going to do this? But God allowed you to go through it. Yes. Look, it could have been a group of bitches right there, and probably still are. They want you. If you're a man, they dream about you. They might have candles of peckers, all kinds of sizes. They probably play with that shit before they light it up. Look at them. The spells are going back to them. That one's kind of sexy right there. You know the nipples? But these could be succubus. Now, for my ladies, if you guys are dealing with warlocks, they're fucking ugly as fuck. What the hell? I don't see them here, and I don't want to see them either. But for a lot of you, even my ladies, you're dealing with somebody, you know, there's a group of bitches that don't like you. They don't like you. You know why? Because you love God, and God protects you, even though you have a past. They don't like to see you moving the way you are. Like you change. A lot of you guys, you could be leading examples like, hey man, I used to be, you know, doing all kinds of shit and I had to walk away. It was too much drama. Look, it could have been good money. Maybe I was a porn star or something, you know, and you're like, wow. But guess what? I gave my life to God, Jesus, and people, they don't think you're gonna get access to it, but look, you have access, and you analyze the shit, and you said, you know what? Some of you guys, you're off grid. Nobody knows where you're at, and you're living good, and God will place you somewhere. Some were amazing. Look, occasionally you'll drink, but some of you guys are realizing even drink and alcohol is no bueno. It hurts your stomach, you know. You're like, fuck, I'm getting chorro. Some of you guys could have withdrawal from the, witchcraft. You're like, fuck, I didn't know I was dealing with this pingy succubus or, you know, incubus, succubus, whatever. I mean, however, you're like, fuck, I thought it was a sent from heaven, blessing. No, you were wearing your contacts that day, or you were at the bar and you weren't adding the right chairs. Guy was like, we saw the 23, go to the 23rd, either the floor, the chair, the space, and you're like, fuck, I missed. But it's okay. You'll get back on your feet. Don't worry, you have a blessing coming to you, okay? They want you to pamper yourself and stop distracting yourself. For some of you guys, you can still be online trying to get attention and all that. You don't need that. Look, what rules a bad girl? And a bad girl could be sexy as fun, but just keep it on the calmado. You don't want to be, for your person that was trying to silence you and trying to, manipulate you. Ooh, their karma's coming. So you guys need to go check out Aries. Let me give you these affirmations. Well, they want one of these. I was hesitant, so some of you guys could be hesitant, but you're going to grab it anyways, whatever that may mean to you, or the opportunity, career. Some of you guys, you could be investing in yourself, and then love comes in for some of you guys. Some of you guys could be going back to school, could be changing your name. I heard, like, name legally. For some of you, man, you're like, well, like that, I'm taking my last name. Do it. If you're called to do it, and that's going to be a different story. For my ladies, you're going to want to hear it, because for a lot of you guys, if that name gets removed, it's almost like you go back to where you started. That's what my priest told me, that I had to do it. Change somebody. All right, what do we have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Anywhere in your chart, it says right here. Ay, ay, ay. Your dreams aren't just fantasies. I wanted to smile. Some of you guys are like, It says right here, they're blueprints for your epic adventures. Remember, I don't know if you're doing movies in action. It doesn't have to be nasty action, dirty-minded people. But it's like, you could have fantasies of going around the world, meeting different people, jumping out of a plane, swimming with sharks. Make sure you're not on your period, and you can, just getting out of your own city. It says, I will let go of the shit that does not serve me. That's all it takes, mamacita. For my fellas, yeah, man, you could be holding back from really experiencing the world. It's almost like, you want to move to a foreign country? Vámonos. If you're going back to Mexico, I don't know. I think the U.S. is better. Pero tú cálale. I'll go to the islands. I'll go to Jamaica, the Bahamas, or something. But you have your own footprint, and this is you taking control of your life. And look, tell me if I'm wrong. Sagittarius, that looks like a Sagittarius horse. Yeah. I don't know if it's a cloud or you could have farted or something, but it's like, I'm free right here. Pedote. But it does look like a Sagittarius. So that's what I got for you, Sagittarius. Remember, don't let nobody tear you down. Nobody. If they don't have integrity, you don't even got to defend yourself. Separate yourself. Go in a different direction. Don't shoot the arrow to try to make them fall in love, because there's some Sagittarius that I'm picking up. Y'all dangerous. Y'all want them, or you want her, or whatever. I stand chingy chinga, and it's going back to y'all. If they're not meant to be for you, they're not going to be for you. I don't know who needs to hear that. All right, just God has something better for you. Infinite Tarot 888, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and comment.